running now, folks. Not sure what was going on there. So we will resolve that quickly. Get it resetting the group. There we go. Right, you can speak now, Dom. You are coming through though.
Oh, good.
Edit post.
Hello, hello, hello.
Still going.
Oh, there's nobody watching.
Yeah, you'll have to wait for them to join. Save. Just mark.
That's just unsporting.
There we go. So it all should be good. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. So like, because you were coming through before I started the stream, that's what I don't know what happened. It seems an odd
I
one.
don't know.
But, well. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough if you can be heard.
Yeah.
And whether it was better on mute or not.
It's always better if I'm on mute. And if I wear a face covering, then I'm just bulletproof.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what Dom is working on this evening, what are you working on, Dom?
Have we got anybody back in again yet?
Just 2 people on. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I give up because my screen isn't showing anybody on.
All right. Yeah.
And just flick over to Zoom. The teeny tiny, huge Titan. The Titan we have been waiting for. Well, I've been waiting for. The War Master Heavy Battle Titan, which is the embodiment of the Omnissiah's wrath. It was once hidden away from prying eyes, but the war machines were unleashed during the cataclysmic days of the Horus Heresy. Though few in number, the thunderous tread of a War Master is an omen of impending doom, for little can stand against their majesty.
That's good. I like that bit of narrative spiel you put towards that. That's good. It'll take you a long time to think about that.
Yeah, it was all just completely off the cuff.
Well, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Now the question is, are we just going to be left hanging by people not telling us they can hear us? Not saying there's someone who may do that, but hello? Anyone out there? Anyone out there? Bit wild in here tonight. Whew. I'm hoping the like is Rich can now hear us. That's good. Right. There is someone. There is someone out there.
It works. It's because the reason I thought we didn't have anybody in, Stu, is because I was stuck in the other stream still.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. That's going to cause you all sorts of problems. Are we putting?
I would have got really confusing.
As I'm showing stuff, and yeah, it's all good. Let me flick to Facebook to check that now. 12 SFG 126.
I think OBS just got a bit confused when my mic was muted when we first started the first Zoom call.
It shouldn't have anything to do with you because it's just pulling it from the desktop. Because you were coming, yeah, it'll be fine. It's no biggie. We know how to resolve it next time.
Yeah, start everything up again.
Start having that. Yeah. Cyber barricades. Is that what I'm building? Oh, here we go. Didn't know that. Cyber.
James says, yes, they're there. So what are you working on tonight, James? I think now Rich has gone over to the Legion side for the time being.
Excellent.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, I see. We're not allowed to talk about that, are we? I think.
No, I think there's the gods of the internet will just come down and visit their wrath upon anybody who mentions the city word.
Yes. All kinds of beauty there. Weirdly, in the same position it was in 2 weeks ago, I think. So you're just assembling at the minute, James, or have you got stuff ready to go? Painted.
Have you not seen all the kerfuff there's been, James, about G-Dub initially stating that Curse City was going to be a permanent line, it'd be ongoing and everything, and then for reasons unknown, which we can speculate about, they've said it's not going to be printed anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all to do with the amount that is manufactured outside of the UK, because a lot of it's card product, and there needs to be a 60% to stick made in UK on the box. 60% of it has to be made here, which it doesn't quite fulfil that criteria apparently, so that's caused them problems.
There is a caveat to that. That's our theory. That doesn't come from a place of.
No, it does. It has been mentioned by people in the know.
Ah.
Yes, people who've spoken directly to people at GDub. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty commonly accepted thing that's what's happened.
That's what we thought was the case anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it still wouldn't surprise me if they find a way of getting around it and redoing it at another point in a different way, the starter box, so maybe vary it somehow. So even if they just printed a proportion of it in the UK, could that then get the levels up? But it's a wait and see on that one. They've teased some good models already, haven't they? So hopefully they still come out with those, even if they do them in limited packs for people who bought the game and want to keep it going.
It's an odd one because there'll have been a hell of a lot of development come into it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Rich would like to know if you're in pain, Stu.
I was in pain when I was presenting Curse City to the screen, yeah. Da-da! That sort of pain, I think it was. It's the sort of pain I see when Krennic is on the table and you hear orbital bombardment mentioned and you think, oh no, it's game over, isn't it?
Game over, man, game over. No, different franchise. And here's the first of many, many guns for the War Master. The crotch-mounted heavy bolter.
Never leave home without one.
No.
It's just rude if you do, isn't it?
Well, it is if you don't wear something in its place.
Yeah. Did you know how the Fortescue adventure was going at all that they were doing tonight? I jumped in on it for a bit and I saw they were at Grimdice Tavern.
No, I've not had a chance to jump onto it tonight.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to plot new and interesting ways to dispose of my family in the family D&D session. I mean, encourage their growth as gamers and players.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I
I
think.
think
Yeah.
that question.
Yeah, I think Veers is a pretty good character too. He's one of those definitely sticks around in lists that I've watched over time. Just bear with me a second. I've just got to deal with my child. Stay there, Aaron.
I really hope it does, Rich, but I've not got anywhere near the point of building the head yet. Still some way off because I've only just literally started building it. I might be spending more time faffing with the legs and chopping the legs about a bit. So don't know. I think it might wait until I come to it to see how much work it's going to be. I don't want it just stood there in the Robocop pose. But just see how it goes. I've seen a couple of them built where people have used Warlord Titan heads, but it's not something that it just looks subtly wrong scale type stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Just say it as it is. It's wrong. It's full on wrong. Don't beat around the bush.
Valinda, gaming in store will be from if everything stays as it is at the moment, and pending any government decisions, then gaming will restart from the 17th of next month. I know where Rich is going with this. We will have the 28mm version, Rich, at one point.
At some point in the future. Don't know where, don't know when.
It may be sooner, it may be later.
He's such a kind fella.
Why is that coming up saying link banned? To be honest, though, I have got that bookmarked.
Yeah.
So that bit goes on to what bit? That bit.
I assume you've already abandoned numbers and just looking at pieces, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right, before I make my next statement, I'm just going to double check something. Yeah, so far the numbering has been better than usual.
All right.
Because most of the parts have been in the sort of same sprue area.
Yeah.
How
many sprues is it?
So, flick back to live view. Force spray's a lot of stuff.
Mm. Yeah.
But geez, I shouldn't have looked at that sprue. I'm just going to ignore that sprue. Oh, I'm going to ignore that sprue as well. A sprue of armor plates. I can live with that. 2 of them with a massive Eye of Horus.
It's one of the things with the Titanic and stuff, isn't it? So much. It depends how you want to paint it, because so much of the model is actually hidden away, and so its detail is hidden away.
Yeah, it's. I think I've learnt my lesson now. For the War Master, the plates are going to be blue tacked on.
Yeah,
it does definitely make a difference. Yeah, the Richard's just saying that there was an FAQ for building Be'lakor.
There was, wasn't there? Yeah.
That's a slight oopsie.
Well, yeah, because someone sat there and built Be'lakor using those instructions. Oh, not using those instructions.
I don't think anybody at GW Development has built any of their kits using the set of instructions that are published.
This will make it funny. We haven't released an FAQ in a while. Yeah, here we go.
When they're going to release an FAQ, that FAQ is the FAQ. Or is it still an FAQ if it's an FAQ of an FAQ? Or is it a FAQQ or a FFAQ?
I need to be careful where I go with this.
It could go wrong. But when has that ever stopped us before, Stu?
It is true, but I'm only 1 beer in, so it's probably a bit early. Maybe not.
Yeah. I was tempted by Be'lakor though.
Yeah, it's one of those. I keep looking at it, but unless you fancy painting it up for me.
Sorry, your sound's gone off against you.
What?
Pardon?
Hey? What do these pieces do? Something on that.
So what do people think about G-Dub's new release schedule? Is it a good thing they calmed it down, or is it a bad thing, or?
My thing is, sorry.
I don't know if they've just gone back to what they said they were going to do in the first place.
I'm not. Yes, there's less release days per month. Doesn't feel to me there's less models released in a month though.
No. Sitting there and putting them all on the system. Yeah, there's considerably more.
Yeah, I mean the Lumineth ones, I assume was some of this batch were meant to be released earlier.
Yeah.
So they held them back and did a massive release because I can't remember how many of those there were, but there seemed to be a lot on release day.
There was about 10 or more.
Which for what I'd consider to be a smaller faction in Age of Sigmar is quite a lot for considering what they'd already had. They'd obviously had their release, hadn't they?
Grim Dice would like to apologise for any offence caused to any cow elves. No offence was intended, and any views expressed by the people talking on the screen are their own personal views.
And to be fair, I might buy we got one of the starter boxes at work, and I might pick it up. I don't get me wrong, I do like some of the models, but it just seemed a lot, didn't it, that week? And then last week was, and it was side games, well, box games, wasn't it? Releases, but again, a few of them. I know it was the breakdown of the starter box, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For Blood Bowl.
But then you also had the big teeny tiny Titan, the Loyalist rule book or the Loyalist book. There was a lot of stuff. I think James is expressing a view.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of soot either. It's don't really like it. Apparently good for weathering though.
Yeah, but I didn't like it when he used to pee up the lamppost.
Oh,
And he
right.
had something very strange going on with that other weird doggy that used to hang around.
Right. Yeah. So what we're saying there, James, is would you like to see more releases or just them spread out appropriately? Because I think that's the one thing I'd say. It just seems a bit. We fancy doing this week.
Yeah, it seems a lot in one go.
Yeah.
And it crept back up very rapidly from 2 sets of releases a month to, well, there's 2 this month, which is on the last 2 weekends. There's 2 the next month, which is on the first 2 weekends.
Yeah. So I can move that out of the way. I don't really need my camera tonight.
Just the middle of this thing's foot is as big as a bloody warhound's head. It's a seriously chunky bit of kit.
Yeah.
I was just saying just now, Stu, when you went off on parenting duties, that I don't really want to build this like it's doing the RoboCop stance.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that is one of the problems with them, isn't it? You ever thought about putting one of its feet on a rock? That works well with models. I've never seen anyone do that actually before. That'll be a new one.
No, I think what we should do is all the models that are heroes or leaders should have their foot on a rock.
Yeah.
To make them easily identifiable as heroically, look, I've beaten this rock up.
Yeah. Rock hard. Anyway.
They could all go into wrestling games.
They could.
Oh, this could go on for some time. Thing is, it's your turn, Stu. You're between a rock and a hard place. It's your go.
I don't have to worry about it. Camera's not working. You can't see me. Well, I can do more wrestling references if you'd like.
I think you're on rocky ground, Stu.
When he first came into WWF, as it was at the time, he rocked up. He came in as Rocky Maivia at the Survivor Series event. It was like one of the first times you saw a new wrestler come in and you go, actually, it's pretty good, this guy. But yeah, anyway, enough about my wrestling love.
I think you might need to explain a bit to James the random direction we've ended up going, Stu.
We are just talking about wrestling. It's that we've stopped talking about wrestling now. We're now on to serious. Well, we don't do serious, but we're now back in the room.
Wow. So, soap operas. Good things or bad things?
None get watched in this house, so I'm fine with them.
That's not fair.
I heard Coronation Street on not long ago, so I don't think James is happy. I think we've offended him. I say, wait, it's probably me.
Right, which leg is this that I'm actually building? Right, so I'm assuming that bit goes into that bit. Oh, that bit even. So that bit's going to go into that bit, which is going to go into that bit. So if I cut that peg off, so that locks that in there. So if that locks that in there, I won't leave a light on. Oh, shooby-dooby-doo. I think I've had the classic case of G-dub part numbering.
Is it on the other sprue? Yep, it's a Stone Cold reference, yeah. Well, Stone Cold as a ref, I remember when he reffed the Michael Cole Jerry the King Lawler match. That was one of the weirdest moments in WWE history. And there's been a lot of them.
Right, so if I cut that... Right, I might have a solution here. Big gun's connected to the elbow's connected to the other big gun, the other big gun's connected to the groin area, and there's another gun. Yeah, there's if you could see it in the middle of the, I'm assuming this is the top of the leg.
Yeah.
Then there's a cutout in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Which, oh, he's just falling off his chair. Just inside there.
Yep.
Then, and there's a slight peg in the middle.
Yep.
I reckon if I slice them, then and careful with how I glue it, then I can alter the legs positions. Right, I'll be back in 2 minutes, Jay.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Alright, what else do I need to do on this thing? So that's that. That slides in there. Feet. So I'm just quickly going through the instructions to this so I don't mess it up too much. Yeah, same in this house. We used to, well, me and the wife used to watch WWE all the time. I still watch it a bit more than she does, but. Oops. Yeah, so as Don was saying, we'll be sorting out our booking system in the next few weeks. We're leaving it as late as possible before putting it onto the web store, just in case there's any changes. So the last thing we want to do is have 100 bookings over a 2-week period, and no one can come in, and we'll have to refund them all or reschedule them, which will just be a pain. be doing some testing on the online side of it, so it'll be a lot easier when things come through. You'll have your booking link. You'll have the opportunity to. You'll have an ICS that you can add into your camera, into your calendar on your phone, and yeah, you'll get all the info you need for it as well. So it'll be £2 per person. It'll only be £2 to book the table, and then just whoever else comes to play on the table, they just pay pay what they owe. So, for example, if it's a D&D table of 6, the other 5 that rock up just have to pay. Just keeps it a bit easier. So, 1, 2. They'll be for 3-hour slots as well. So whether it's CCG or tabletop, there'll be a good chance to get a game in. And obviously you could book back-to-back sessions if needed. But the evening session will be standard up until about 9:45. So you get a bit extra time in the 6 o'clock session. It's good. I've already had a few people saying they're looking forward to coming in and gaming. A few people just looking forward to coming in and spending a few hours just chatting and painting, doing that sort of thing in store, which will be great. It used to happen quite a bit, which was really good. And hopefully we'll have a bit of a run on events after that, because obviously the next big announcement post will be 21st of June, I believe it is, as to whether basically all restrictions are dropped. But again, we'll be sensible with events for a period of time. We won't, as soon as May hits, we won't be running events straight away. Yeah. Oops. Yes. Oh, we've got a visitor. My kids are having a sleep in the lounge night, so we're all doing that tonight. So hence why I keep getting them coming in, because they're very excited. Also, yeah. Also, they are full of sugar, which is wonderful. So I know I will sleep well after a few beers. So it'll be great. Nobody Whoa! Come on, Chris. You've changed. What's going on here? What's going on? I did hear you reference the Grim Dice Tavern, and yeah, I also enjoyed the fact you tagged the wrong person in it this morning, which I found quite amusing. Getting your Lewis's and your Adams mixed up. We've all done it. We've all done it. 1, 2. So you're going to be working on anything tonight, Chris, or just chilling out? Or are you going to be flying anything? Oh, they definitely were in your first group, yeah. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, fine and honest establishment. Grimdice Tavern. Yeah. That is the slogan we have above the door. Yes. Yeah. Well, keep the comments coming. I will do my best to throw you with witty repartee. It's not what I'm known for, but I will do my best.
Chris, I am disappointed in you.
Yeah, I've put that across. It's changed.
I feel a loss inside. I mean, I've almost killed my own family multiple times in D&D before anybody's recording this and asks odd questions.
I think you should be more worried if people don't start asking questions. Yeah, I've tried to kill my family multiple times. Yeah.
They were on a razor's edge to get the whole party murderated, but they swerved last minute. Or couldn't you, as a DM, just rearrange the swerve? Just made a paradigm switch in the world that, by some unexplained solar incident, north becomes south, east becomes west. The direction you've walked, it wasn't the best.
It was a swerve that turned into a drift, a snow drift. And yeah, then they had problems. Their magic no longer worked in the cold and desolate lands of the Garden of the Grimdice Tavern.
Grimsby.
Yeah.
I don't know which leg this one is. Technicality. I'm making it up on going along.
I've made that mistake on a Titan before. You don't want to get it wrong with a big Titan.
Well, I'm working on the principle that I'll get the pose worked out and then just dump a crap load of plastic glue into the joint.
Ah, right, okay.
Well, I'm committed now. The lugs are off.
Whoop whoop. You are delogged.
Whoop whoop is the sound of the police. Whoop whoop is the sound of the street. This is the man.
Yeah, Rich, James, do you remember earlier on when Dom was muted?
This is the moment I need to make sure that I get this leg the right way round, because it'd be really embarrassing to get the armor mounting plates the wrong way round.
Should never happen.
Yeah, it should never happen, but... Hello, Marley.
What's that? Right, just bear with me in a minute. I'll turn to stop video.
So who's going to build the first Adeptus Titanicus remote-controlled walking Titan? Hello, Marley. That may be a gauntlet to be thrown down.
It's quite muggy tonight. It certainly is in this room anyway.
Right, we have a teeny tiny Titan walking leg. However, I'm a bit suspicious about that bit.
As you should be.
At least they've put sentences that you can finish. Right, that's going to have to get chopped as well. It's actually quite a useful feature.
What, the bit you've already chopped off?
No, this is another bit that I'm going to slice off. You know what it's like with the Titans, trying to get the groin lined up with the legs and everything.
Yep.
On these ones, they've got another. Yeah, it's not going to work. Another set of holes in the middle, and then another set of lugs. So at least you can just get them all lined up properly.
Lined up, yeah.
Unless you're like me and you're just going to cut them off.
Destroy the lugs.
Who needs lugs? Lugs are for the weak. I'm also going to be extra rebellious and not glue the toes down. To the feet.
Yeah. Sorry. Apparently I'm not sleeping in the lounge tonight. For those of you taking that out of context, the rest of the family are having a sleepover downstairs. But I get into sleep in my own bed tonight. Because it'll be easier, apparently. Basically, that means I won't be snoring and waking the kids up every 5 minutes. Snoring has its perks, apparently.
So your plans worked?
Indeed.
I am very tempted with that Curse of Strahd revamped box.
Oh, it is cool, isn't it? Really, really good. Even for someone who doesn't own any.
There is a logical connection between you saying you snore and me saying that. Because it was the Cunning Plan, aka DM, aka Dungeons and Dragons, and made me recall the Curse of Strahd revamp box.
I just thought it was because Chris was in the chat and he'd just been playing D&D. No?
That started the very long chain of thought process.
Okay. Don't buy more. Now your box is hidden? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to follow the adventure to you have to go through the adventure with Stu as DM to be able to find your box. Rich says he hacks blindly at Warhammer Paint, Tyranids, and Colt 40k, and 8 other boards inspire. No, okay, sorry, that was a Pinterest thing cropped up. Hacks blindly at sprues, but even he leaves the lugs alone, apart from minor trimming. No, the lugs are going. Do you think Ed hit caps lock and then pressed shift to start his sentence off?
Yeah, otherwise this is a newfangled thing I don't know about. And if it is, fair play, and I hope you can keep it going for the rest of the evening.
I'd be seriously impressed, though, if Ed managed to do caps lock, but with lowercase letter for the start of each word.
Oh, yeah.
For somebody with his Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering card skills, it would be easy.
Yeah.
It's a pity Megan's not in the chat, because I'm sure she would be able to get him to see the new superlative skills of Caps type.
Caps type. I did wonder if there was a name for it. Almost put my glue brush in my beer. That would have been terrible. I might have just gone at that point.
If anybody reads this without actually hearing what's been talked about, it looks like Ed is very, very angry.
And you realise that most of you will have met Ed. Is a calm, sensible soul. I don't think I've ever seen Ed stressed. That was just me clearing my throat. That was not in reference to that. Terrible time to clear my throat, obviously, but so. I think even when Inspector Border was kicking around in the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, he was happy about it. He was, accepting of it. He didn't kick up a fuss. When Dragoon came out in the 21 box, was it? He was all right with it. He got on.
Has Ed even mentioned the Dragoon card?
No, he knows there's a way around it. He's a good enough player to find his way around. I think he's sorted it now. But yeah.
I was quite impressed at the last Yu-Gi-Oh tournament that we had. That somebody got Dragooned 5 games on the trot. I think it was Dragoon. How was that Black Lotus card you picked up, Stu, for Magic?
What?
Was it you found it on a car boot or something?
Oh, that one, yeah.
Ed's giving away his secrets. He says he's always stressed. That's why you can't tell if he is stressed. Being in a state of hypervigilance, and it pays off. Oh, but the question is, do I cut the lugs off the bottom of the legs?
I think you've. Why would you stop now? I don't see why you'd stop. I think you.
Yeah, they're going to have to come off. The only problem's going to be is trying to fit the bloody leg pistons on. That's a problem for later on. Yeah, it's literally every time Ed types anything now, I'm scrutinising it to make sure there's a lowercase first word, first letter, and then everything else in uppercase.
Yeah. That's quite annoying now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but I'm willing to tolerate it purely for the amount of effort that Ed's having to put into it.
That's it. Yeah.
No, I don't know if this will work. No, right. In response to Ed's statement that Black Lotus isn't real, I am. Have you enabled screen share, Stu?
Don't know.
Yes. No, you haven't.
I can.
Yeah, because I might.
I'm not sure if I've done it now.
Yeah, it's done. There you are, Ed. That is the proof that Black Lotus is real.
That is very,
Literally.
very, very well played by that car owner there.
Yeah. But also, how much money has that person got when they've got a Lotus with the...
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that car and that reg is probably cheaper than owning a Black Lotus.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is ridiculous, isn't it?
Richard's just dropped in with a budum. How much of the teeny tiny massive Titan will I get built tonight?
If you go by the instructions, probably all of it. But if you don't, and you start hacking off stuff,
yeah, then there might be some interesting swear words. Right, what position is the right leg going to be in?
at what point of the conga are they?
Aga do do do. Push your Titan, take the tree. Aga do do do. Right, one of these sprues has got 10 toes. At this moment in time, I can't see which one. Fortunately, G-Dub have put a letter before component parts to tell you which sprue they're on.
Ah, cool.
Unfortunately, they didn't put the letters on the sprues.
Have they not?
No. That's the thing I was carefully checking earlier before I thought I'll say anything.
Not just one big letter on each of the sprues.
Nope.
Oh.
I am more than happy to be proven incorrect. As yet. Yeah, beautiful models. Very enjoyable game rules. Terrible instructions. Right, so I need 217s. Ah, found it. I was just working on the logic. The first sprue I picked up was going to be A.
Mm-hmm.
And the other parts labelled A.
Yeah.
I know that's not a good idea with these instructions from bitter experience, but it's always worth a go. I think what I'll do with the toes is just tack them on with a little bit of glue.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm going to end up with a lot of component. Ooh! I'm sure in my bits box I've got enough parts to build a shattered warhound. More specifically, a shattered loyalist warhound. No, I should have done that first. Don't go down that route.
That whistling's very loud.
Hello, how was yourself?
Evening.
I think Chris has disappeared off after his failure to destroy the party. I mean, his success in encouraging cooperative play and survival.
Yeah.
I was in the shop earlier in the week. There was one of those random videos come up on YouTube with in how it decides that this is the next video that I really want to watch. But weirdly, I did actually really want to watch it. And it was somebody critiquing I'm assuming it's the last dungeon in the Yawning Portal.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it's known as the hardest dungeon ever produced.
All right.
And it was first made by Gary Gygax back in the day.
Yeah.
And he specifically wrote it to kill OP characters.
All right.
And in fact, yes, it is actually the last one, because the DM text boxes, the start of the adventure, it says, "Read those out. Do not tell your party anything else." So that's literally all you do is just read that bit out. But there's one of the creatures is just absolutely bonkers. And the scary thing is, I don't think it's actually the worst creature in that dungeon. But basically, the blurb says, your party will enjoy it, but they're going to die.
Yeah. I can hear Mika. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, she's suddenly decided she's thirsty.
Very thirsty.
Yeah. And now, because she's just drunk a load of water, she'll decide that she needs to go out. Oh no, she's flopped on the floor. Are you working on anything tonight, Aid, or just sat and chilling? What's been interesting in a very spottery way is the different game systems that have taken off during lockdown. Because like Legion's gained quite a few followers. Titanicus has definitely gained.
I think Titanicus is one of those that so many people have probably looked at for so long, and as a painting project, it's a pretty cool one, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's all sorts you can do. I mean, Kerin was showing some of the photos he's done of his with the checkerboard pattern he's done, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. However, it is a loyalist Titan, so therefore it means nothing to me.
Oh, yeah.
It means nothing to me. Doom, 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 doom. Oops, no, that's not right. Oh, shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Strangers in the night.
Is that the elephant going in the microwave?
It is indeed. If you haven't cooked a small elephant in a microwave, you just haven't lived. It's weird that my wife loves elephants, but she regularly bakes one in the microwave. The only drawback to it was trying to get the extremely large bread buns for the burger for it. Where's Rich with a badum? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this thing finished tonight. I'm just looking at the sheer amount of. So the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts are just for the legs.
Yeah.
And that's without the pistons at the bottom of the legs.
Yeah.
Oh, Rich, that's a bit harsh. I'll have you know, my comic musings are known throughout the world.
Well, that went very quiet, didn't it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be taking this Titan back into work with me tomorrow.
Mm.
So I can't glue the legs down yet. Right, whose stupid idea was it to
You should just put your hand up now.
do a posed? Do a multi-posed War Master. It's like the same stupid idea that's let's just paint a Baneblade. Oh, hang on, that mouse needs a repaint.
I think it does look better though.
Oh, it definitely does. I've just not got to mess up the next stage, otherwise I just really will sulk.
Let's making a cube for Magic. Are we letting him off with the MTG being all like that?
I'm just trying to think of grammar rules now. So it's 3 words. So technically, Ed's got away with it because it's MTG 3 words. So each of it's for I think on a technicality he's got away with it.
So what happens if he'd put scuba there?
If he puts what?
Scuba, as in scuba diving kit. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
I don't know. I think we just have to wait to see if Ed puts scuba in. I don't think you know that Jack Nicholson thing where it's you can't handle the truth.
Yes, I have heard of that one. Yeah.
I think it'll be Ed can't handle the scuba. I don't know where the hell I'm going with any of this conversation. It's been a long day.
So I'm just going to put it. What is a cube for Magic? Ed, share your wisdom.
That or dear active. I fair dues that Ed he's going for it with the new spelling system.
Yes, I do feel like his name should be changed though. I don't like the fact every time I see Edward James like that, and he's needs a.
So will it be?
So.
That moment when you try and remember something and you can't. All right, yeah. So if I detach that, how do I detach something? Got it.
I figured if you get Ed to talk about Magic or CCG or anything like that, he's going to write a paragraph, and he's stopped because his brain's hurting too much.
Oh no! We can't let this stop.
Okay. So saying a cube is a set of 360 cards that you draft with up to 8 people. Effectively, a draft set you can make yourself and can reuse over and over. Yeah.
Can I just point out the issue with that? 360 cards is a circle, not a cube.
There you go.
So it isn't Ed just making himself a draft circle.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm gonna have another beer while Dom shows you all something in a minute.
Hey. Oh, is that? Oh no, that's the wrong stream, isn't it? Sorry, that's the one that's on after midnight.
Oh, we're starting earlier this week.
Oh, you said the one. Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
Yes, basically, all you happy people, we're going to show you a quick demo of I think Stu was talking about it earlier when I had to jump out of the new table booking system that will come into place a couple of weeks before 17th. Basically, it will go live when we know we can game in store. Now, before that was it, Stu? Was it 2 weeks before each step they make an announcement?
I think it's 2 Saturdays before, isn't it? So it's about 10 days. Well, as soon as that announcement's made, we'll be going.
Yeah. So although the website address is hidden, if you do manage to figure out the address on the web store, don't bother trying to book anything because we'll just delete it. Oh, and you'll get charged for it as well.
Yeah, let people book if you book at your own risk.
Hang on, I just need to quickly tweak something. This is still work in progress, so there might be the odd thing that looks a bit odd.
They've been staring at our ugly mugs for long enough, so they're used to looking at that. So.
But we do think it's a major step forward from what we had before.
Yeah, it'll make everyone's life a lot easier.
The principles that sit behind it is
Andrew?
Tables it's £2 per person for the evening gaming, so we're reverting back to what we had before. Only one person needs to book the table, and then everyone else is at the table just pays their subs when they come in. Hello, Andrew. So, right, let's fire this up. Yeah, that's all fine. So this is where all the work we've done over the last week breaks.
I'm not taking any credit for this. It's very much been your thing.
It's the usual way we work, shall we? We work everything together. Right, so when the link to this page will be live on the menu when we can go live. So basically, the first thing it says is, when do you want to book daytime or evening? So you click on it and, right, let's book a daytime gaming. It then drops down and says, what size table do you want? 6x4, 4x4. Venue is always, obviously, Grim Dice. There's a bit of blurb down the bottom. It tells you for the daytime gaming, you'll get a slot for 2 hours and 50 minutes. That's because we need 10 minutes in between each session just to clean everything down and clear out. Evening gaming, the session you book is for 3 hours 45. And again, that's to give us 50 minutes at the end of the night just to clear everything down, and so that we can actually go home at a decent hour. But yes, I'll go with that. Then just click continue. It will then give you a calendar. Now, at the moment, all of these are blocked out. So what the system does mean is that if we have a tournament or anything, we can block out dates so nobody can accidentally book dates for them. So, right, let's book a table for the 18th. So when you click on a date, it comes up with 3 available slots. Now, remember, this is the daytime gaming. If you're on evening gaming, as you can see, evening gaming is only available Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so you can't accidentally book a table late at night on a night that we're not open for evening gaming. So I'll go for the 18th. Right, let's have a game first thing in the morning. So click on the slot you want. If you see that come up in grey, then it means there's no available tables during that time. And then just press continue. And then it confirms your date and time there. It confirms how long the game's running for. You must answer what game system are you playing. So let's have a game of Bolt Action. Then tells you what the price is. Confirm it. And then just ignore all the test ones that are in there. Yeah, let's remove that one. That was a test who's running. And then you run through and pay for it as normal. We'll then get an email that will say what the booking is and everything else. Right, I'm just going to drop out of the sharing screen and just show you the information that you'll be sent. Right, let me just take that out, otherwise I'll get a follow-up email. I've got so many of these in my email that I just need to find the latest one. Booking confirmed. Now, is there a way I can open this in a new screen? Ah. Thank you, Google. Oh, thank you, Gmail, anyway. So, share screen. There's something bizarre in there. Yeah, so I was just getting the everything set up. So, what you'll then get is an email that will come through. You'll get the usual email about, yes, you bought something from Grim, but you'll also get this email come through that'll have all your details on. So in this instance, it's a table that's booked for Friday, 23rd April, 3 till just before 6. You can click on the link that's in the email and it'll add it to your Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar. It will come up and give you your details of your booking, your time and your date. There's then info there around how long your booking's for. Ignore this bit here because the phrasing's changed slightly this morning. This is one we were testing last night. There is also a reminder that you'll get in the new version to say about anybody else who's gaming at the table must pay their £2 when they arrive at the store. And then it gives you details of your information below. Now, if you've booked quite a lot in advance, you will then get an email 24 hours or 6 o'clock the day before, 6 a.m. the day before to say, hey, you've got a table booked at Grimdice tomorrow, just to act as a reminder for you. You should find it a lot more straightforward. We can still do a manual booking in the store for you, but it's a lot easier if you just book it online, which I think for majority of people shouldn't be a major issue. But yeah, I think it's taken advantage of the system we've got. It's a properly integrated system that works with it all. So yeah, hopefully everyone should find it a lot easier.
Yeah.
In regards gaming wise, the daytime there'll be 2 6-foots and 1. We're calling it a 4x4, but it's a 40k size 4x4. Evening there'll be 3 6x4s and again the 40k 4x4 table. Yes, you will have to wear a mask because it's the law that's required. Please don't go licking anybody else's models, dice, or anything else like that, and you will need to bring all of your own stuff. The other thing we're also starting to work on at the moment, amongst the lots of other stuff we're working on at the moment, is a event plan. We're going to sort of try and run that ahead by, what was he said to you, about 6 months?
Yeah, that seems a sensible timescale.
We're going to lever in the events that were booked before Northeast Links jumped into Tier 3 and try and get those in place as soon as possible. There is another complication that things like Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, we can run them in the store, but they won't be sanctioned. Yeah. If we want to run sanctioned events, which are always better because it means we can do the giveaways, then they'll have to be remote duel. So you may need to bear with us on events slightly because things change week to week. But the key thing is we'll be gaming.
Yeah. Yeah. Cannot wait. Right. Cheers for running us through that.
Hopefully it won't all go goose-shaped. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I have full confidence in it. In fact, I've got that much confidence in it that I made lots of bookings just to make Stu's phone go ping all the time.
Yeah, you did.
Such fun.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I might be regretting my decision to cut the lugs off. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Good thing is you've done that on a fairly inexpensive model, right? Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, but who doesn't want to see a dead War Master crushed into the ground as terrain? No, just keep ploughing blindly ahead. It's all fine. No, I can't. Yes, I can. So there is a reason why I'm being random with my words. Well, more random than usual.
I was going to say that there's been a lot of these streams now.
So the moment I'm just fitting this bit in. It goes onto the side of the knee, and at the moment G-Dub suggests gluing the leg into the foot, but I can't do that bit yet because I don't know what position that leg's going to be in. However, the next bit to build is the piston that runs from the back of the foot into that bit. Because I'm going to be goosing around with the position of the foot and the leg, that's going to have to change as well. Stu, you should know by now, if I have these good ideas, please tell me to stop.
Oh, yes. Yes, I should definitely tell you to stop, because you would do exactly the same for me, right?
Yes, of course I would. what I would say is if the person building it was just doing a straightforward, standard, normal build like any other sensible, normal person, it's a really nice model to build. I mean, we do have the advantage that between us, we built a lot of Titanicus.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a lot of Titanicus boxes, and
No, I built quite a few now.
Yeah, you have done quite a lot of it, haven't you?
Yeah, and just stopped and bought a fully painted force.
Yeah, but that means your force isn't fully painted, though, is it? Technically, half of your force is now fully painted.
I bought a force that will work on a tabletop. I have a hell of a lot to paint, but that's what you've got the airbrush out for at work, right?
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about is, I think what we both can say, Stu, is we don't have a pile of shame. We have rooms of shame.
Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely.
Oh, this is going to get really knacking complicated. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You know that moment in time where you just regret life decisions?
Yes.
James has come back with, don't we all? I think that just applies to all of the previous statements.
Yes.
What I didn't spot was that the leg pistons appear to have the armor plate fittings on them. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's brilliant. Question: do you think TCG booster packs are gambling? Don't worry, the government isn't watching. The government is always watching, Ed. If the government isn't watching, it's worse because Facebook is watching. No, it's not gambling. As a technicality, you could try and claim that it's a lottery. But because there's certain phrasing that they use, that gets around the lottery side of things.
Essentially, you're told what's in the pack, aren't you? There will be this many commons, this many uncommons, and if there's not this many uncommons, it will be replaced by a rare. All that sort of thing. It's no different to buying stickers for a sticker album as a kid, is it? You know how many are going to be in it. You know it's going to be a foil. Exciting times. Yeah.
I think you've definitely caught the opening bug, ain't you, Stu?
Oh, the opening bug. I'm actually looking forward to playing a bit of Magic once we can. I might pick up one of the commander decks that have just come in for Strixhaven.
I can get around it. Not that you picking a commander deck for Strixhaven, because that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've found a solution. So, in the leg piston, there is an extremely small lug.
Okay.
So that lug's coming off. Because then I can run the piston like a proper piston and just dump a load of plastic glue into it when I've worked out the position.
So, I think basically what you should do is if you see a lug, you chop it off.
Yeah, sod it. It is what's happening. So, Are secret layers not wizards acknowledging that their sought-after cards have real monetary value? So do you feel they're effectively printing money?
No. But a lot of stuff has value. Limited runs of stuff always have value. So if you buy a limited edition watch, it's got an amount of value that's not gonna it's not gonna go down as such because of scarcity.
Yeah, I think anything that's produced for the purpose of sale has a value, because otherwise the producer would be going out of business fairly quickly. The phrase "the values in the eye of the beauty's in the eye of the beholder, values in the eye of the beholder" does kick in. Because obviously we understand where you're coming from with the value of the cards and everything. But if you spoke to Joe Bloggs, who's got nothing at all to do with MTG or CCG, they would have no effective understanding of it, because it is that niche sort of grouping. It's a supply and demand market, Ed. If people are going to pay that much, then they can do it. It's similar thing to. We'll take it to our own situation of gaming stores. We know a lot of gaming stores that are supposedly discount, but because certain Strixhaven Commander sets are being very popular on pre-order, weirdly enough, they're not discounted. We're part of several groups on Facebook for gaming stores where there's been lots of discussion about why are these people discounting product A that they know is going to sell. Our position is we set ourselves up as we will offer a discount. Just because we know product A is going to sell very well, it doesn't make a difference. We are still going to offer a discount. It's a very odd situation at the moment with markets, and more so with CCG for bizarre reasons. Pokemon seems to have inflated and created an interesting situation out there.
Yeah. Now that's the Pokemon one's kind of a false market because it's not been created. This is one that's been created not even by the company. It's the
social media.
Yeah, the company aren't even. Their profit per item is probably going to be pretty static. But yeah.
We answer Andy's question about will one of you two join Blood Bowl League again when we get started? Yep, Stu will be joining. I think the lesson I learned from the last league is with commission work and bits and pieces is I can't properly commit to the Blood Bowl League, whereas Stu is very much a Blood Bowl person. So yeah, I've just volunteered you, Stu.
Oh.
Sorry. Well, let's just continue what we had before anyway, innit? I'm just not looking at the screen.
No, it's fine because I actually took over your team anyway, so I was playing both of us. It's fine.
Rich is saying he can't tell if this lug purge is subtle genius or full-blown Lemming syndrome. I think it's a combination of genius Lemming syndrome. The comedy bit is going to be when I get to the point of arranging the position of the leg. Yeah. It's either going to work really well or it's going to go out the window.
Yeah, I can't remember. One of the Strixhaven Commander decks is selling better than the rest. But because for a retailer, all 5 Commander decks come in the same box. You don't just buy them separately. So if you want 20 of that one, you end up with 20 of the other ones. So they're often dropping the price of one to try and offset. But it's the same with Pokemon. you tend to have one that sells very well in the battle decks, but you get two of them in the same box. So you'll see suppliers doing that. We tend to, as I was saying, stick to that set level.
Is it the red one for us? The red one seems to be going the best.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's the one on the left of the shelf as you're looking at it.
Well, earlier on it was the one on the shelf below. But you moved it up to the shelf now. So when I left to get the girls from school, it was on the shelf below. When I came back, it was on the shelf above. So
yeah, that's because more Yu-Gi-Oh turned up.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, in fairness, everything turned up today.
Yeah. A little bit more on Monday. We've got some BattleTech bits coming in on Monday.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having have a look at it. And
there's not a theme of games for me, but it's more teeny tiny robots. Just saying.
Yeah. Gonna have to get one of those little USB fans like you've got at work for this room. It gets so hot.
They're a godsend. Mm-hmm. The barcode scanner was getting very, very warm today, this afternoon. So I put the fan on just to cool the barcode scanner then.
Nice. Yeah, so what was it? It was just today was just a restock of Dragons of Legend and Legendary Duelist, sort of the 1349 packs that we've had in before, that a few people have asked for.
It's just nice to be ordering Yu-Gi-Oh again.
It is, yeah.
I think that's two drop-offs we've had this week for Yu-Gi-Oh.
It is, yeah.
There's another one on Monday as well.
Yeah, it's the Raja Ra restock, isn't it? A lot of people seem to, well, certainly the few that I can think of that have been this week, who are just picking up purely for artwork. Which is pretty cool.
Right. I've cut the rest of the lugs off. This is what glue's for. Just do it. I may regret this. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But sometime I will regret this.
Yeah.
This is when you see me getting the hand drill out and just drilling straight through everything and sticking paper clips in place.
Yeah. Next Legion restock. What is it you specifically after? Yeah. What's it you're after? Legion's one of those that gets drip fed in through Asmodee. We've had some come in today.
But it was all Rebel stuff though.
Yeah.
And clones.
Yeah. And Palpatine, which you've already got. So
those dirty rebels and clones.
Rebel scum. Yeah.
ATST. The issue is, Rich, is we honestly don't know. We'll get an invoice sent through to us that says it's being delivered to you, and that's it. But they're on order. Once we know they're going to come in, we'll give you a shout and let you know.
What was the upgrades that came in today?
Rebel scum.
Rebel.
I mean, rebels. What would be really hilarious is if I got this thing posed in the ultimate cool position and then realised one of the armour plate lugs was the wrong way around. Oh, how I'd laugh.
It'd be fine.
fair dues to the designers. They've done a cracking job with this.
AK Interactive. We might get some of their. We talked about their weathering stuff before, haven't we? But
Yeah.
probably not their paints, unless they. I know they do some specific streaking stuff, which we might get in, but we are struggling to fit any more paint in the store. But yeah, we've got the rest of the Vallejo coming hopefully in the next month to fill the 3 racks we've got there, which would be good. Obviously,
I think we've got more paint than B&Q.
Yeah, it does feel that way. We've had a restock of the G-Dub sprays today, which was long awaited. It was great to actually fill them up again. We've also got the Colourforge stuff in as well, the sprays, which seems to be people have been buying and giving good feedback on, which is good. Oh, I'm just having a chill out night, I think. I've done some barriers. This one's going to be left till tomorrow. Such a thing as too warm to hobby, because that's currently where I'm at.
I'm just staring at the various component parts of the leg and thinking, I think I'd be better off building both legs and then working out the pose from there. Or I might be better off building both legs and the body and work out the pose from there so it doesn't go all disco dancer.
I think you need to turn the 2 legs into a single pogo stick and make him have like a giant spring underneath him.
Zebedee. Boing! Here's Zebedee, the War Master Titan. Hello, said Zebedee as he decimated a city. Who's out for a game today? Boing! Oops, there goes the city again. Zebedee looked really embarrassed after he destroyed one more loyalist city. Oh, Zebedee, you're so clumsy, said the narrator. Oh, there should be 2 of them. Should there be 2 of them?
2 legs, I think. I think there's meant to be 2 in that one. Oh, Ed, I've opened some of the collector's boosters. Are very nice Japanese artwork cards in them. Pretty cool.
There's been a really odd thing going on with people and Japanese cards at the moment.
Well, they've become. People have always liked the artwork, and we've had it before where we have tattooists and that come in and pick them up for the artwork. Same with some of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff as well. But yeah, they're actually becoming more and more available in this country, the Magic ones. I think if we can get our hands on any, it might be worth just grabbing one. They are pretty cool.
They're sold out.
Yeah.
It's that's what I was saying. It's become a thing.
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get these legs into the absolutely spot on perfect position. I'm going to make sure that the head doesn't go all disco dancer. I'm not going to check the armor panels on the legs. And then I'm going to find out they don't freaking fit.
Yeah, I've got my disco dancer Warlord Titan. Yeah,
it's so easy to do with these.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to grab a replent. I'm going to start working on leg number 2. Then I'm going to build the base of the body, and then just sod it. It's all just getting stuck together. And then it's 10 past 10. I'm at work first thing in the morning.
And?
True that.
Yeah.
Back in a minute.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so one other thing we're looking at getting, we had one of the reps pop by today actually. We're going to be starting to stock the Tamiya glues, like the extra thin, and that once a restock comes into into the UK. So we're getting our hands on some Tamiya bits. So if there's anything on those lines you'd like to see, let us know. We can always get them in. There's a few of the 1/35th scale historicals I quite like the look of. Well, I quite like the look of getting Dom to paint them up for me. So not gaming pieces as such, more scale models. And yeah, so plenty more things to come in. But really want to know what you guys want to see. I know the Tamiya is a massive thing. It's UK wise, it's always been a bit of an issue to have decent stock of it for suppliers. But hopefully, if we can get in with this new supplier, that'll be resolved. Yeah. Certainly starting to try a few different ranges, which is good. Like we've always wanted Vallejo. So the paints James is referencing, we've got Vallejo's Game Colour Air, Model Colour Air, and Model Colour, as well as the primers in. Waiting on a top up for them, but we've got the racks there ready to go. We've also got the for those that you've got airbrushes, the airbrush cleaner as well from them, which is pretty good. Again, we're doing a standard 10% discount. Yeah, it's certainly nice to have those in, even for someone like myself who doesn't do masses of painting. It tends to be the range that I've gone to historically. Started using more Citadel. Still got some of the Gulliman Blue Glaze here. Might put that on eBay. I might get some money for that. But yeah. Yeah, but if there are any other, I know Ed's mentioned a couple of different TCG systems that we're going to have a look at, see if we can get them in. And yeah, it's one of those things at the minute. It seems to be more and more things coming out. It's just hard to keep on top of everything that is coming out, especially with the environment being people not playing. New systems are always more of a challenge. Initially, we didn't buy into the Digimon system because obviously no gaming in store, and no mention of it really. In its lead up, we didn't have anyone mention it to us that they were interested, but there seems to be a community that are quite interested now, which is great. So we've got I think we've got a few of the structure decks, the blue, red, and yellow. Yeah, structures that are in. So they're the starter decks. And we've also, the good thing about these ones is as well, you also get a booster pack in, which is pretty cool. The bigger shop. Yes, it's, as we always say, it's one of those things we'd love to do. But yes, it's, there isn't too much property around. Because obviously we don't want to move too far away from the town centre. Green, black, and purple. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but if I go into emails quick, I should be able to find out. Yeah, we'd always like more space, and I think eventually we want to obviously have the more gaming space. Some of you remember back when we started up, and I think the first weekend we had ridiculous amounts of people in the store playing. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Like that. So 11th of June-ish is what we're looking at for the decks. Love you too, Tom. It's nice to see you picking a paintbrush up again and getting some more Legion done. Good to see. We've got Rich in the chat as well, who's very much picked up on Legion. So you could bring your clones to face his Imperials. That'd be good. We just had the. Did you see the email about organised play for the Skirmish Legion?
I saw the X-Wing one.
Yeah, below that was Legion Skirmish.
All right.
Event. I assume we're gonna. Go on. Yeah. So we're looking at the organised play for that's Q3. So that'll be July through September. Around then we'll get some info about it, but I think the kits are for 8 people.
Has Tom been drinking?
I don't know, but I said I love him back, and I said it's good to see him picking a paintbrush up again and getting his Legion stuff. Yeah.
You've done all the necessary nice stuff and everything.
Yeah. 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 It's good to see. I think it's one of those I've for a couple of weeks now. I think a couple of weeks not really been feeling it, so I've kind of distanced myself from doing bits and bobs, but it's just these chats help. I'll be honest, help me massively. Yeah, it's been nice to have this. It's hard to think now. Have we been open 2 weeks now? Yeah, haven't we? Yeah. Yeah. Almost 2 weeks, but yeah, it's been a good return to. It's just been nice to have people in the store that aren't delivery drivers just moaning at us, groaning because they've had to come down the alleyway with sorry, they've had to do the job.
We just need to put out a disclaimer, Stu.
Yeah.
But we're not responsible for any comments that are made within the comment section by specifically by Tom. Tom's tolerance for alcohol is lower than a snake's scrotum, but he is good fun if he's had a drink.
Yeah. Do you guys do? We can get Star Wars Armada. I think you've got the starter set, haven't you?
Yes,
we've had it in before. This is a similar thing to Legion, to be honest. Armada used to have there used to be stock issues. They seem to be resolving them. So don't be surprised if Armada appears in the store. Not necessarily because we want to put it on the shelves, just because we want it. We occasionally do that where we buy something, put it on the shelves, and think, oh no, if it's still there in a few weeks, we'll pick it up. Yeah. Hence this. Just. But yeah, it's one of the perks of owning a gaming store. But oh my goodness, yeah, I've got many new systems.
It's also the drawback to owning a gaming store.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people do. It's we just find it amusing the some of the moans we get from delivery drivers that they've had to bring parcels to us.
Or the ones that go, are you going to come and help me do my job for me, please?
Yes. Yeah. There's the odd one I don't mind. There's one of the DPD drivers. If he asks for help, I'd be like, yeah, you've been amazing. Yeah.
He is absolutely fantastic. Is that guy?
Yeah. So.
He is a beast as well.
Yeah. If he needs help, it's because he really needs help.
It's definitely legit.
Yeah.
Tom said that he can drink a full pint these days. Oh, we doff our hat to you, Mr. Tom. You've made progress. And,
here's to a pint of sparkling water.
Yeah, he's not actually said what the pint is.
No. Be a pint of Jaeger in a sec, won't it? Yeah.
My kidneys are just vibrating in resonance already.
Yeah.
Ed saying, all I do is complain about having to work.
Yeah.
I think complaining about having to work is different about complaining when you're doing your job about doing your job.
Tournaments, yeah. We're not going to be running them straight away since we can. We've got to be sensible. But so don't expect for the first month or so that there'll be tournaments. The gaming tables will be available, but we have a plan. We're going to put a 6-month calendar of events together, and certainly have plenty on the go. Earlier on, before you came on, Tom, we were showing the booking system, or Don was showing the booking system for what we've got coming up. So you can always have a look back in the on the stream later if you want to have a look at it. Alternatively, you wait for it to go live, and it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's far better than what we had historically, which is good. But yeah, I would say expect July, I think, for tournaments. Because we don't want to run them too early, because there's always that issue of will things be put back, or will we be in this phase from May 17th? Will we be in that phase for a bit longer? And if we are, expect another 4 weeks from the 21st of June. So you're talking end of July for that other 4-week period, which is probably, projections wise, is probably a sensible thing for us to work to. Because the last thing we want to do is have the issue of refunding everyone or just holding tickets, because we've done it already, and it's not an ideal situation. Obviously, we keep good records, so we know exactly who's owed what, but for us, it's not ideal. We can do demos earlier. That's not a problem. We just essentially what we'll do for demos is it won't be a drop in for a demo ahead of time. Let us know what you want to be demoed, and we'll set aside a space to do it, rather than because we've seen that obviously we're not quite sure how. We were trying to figure out the Warhammer situation today, because they've obviously put up that they're now doing painting tutorial and playthroughs in store, which we don't understand how that's happened, but it's not something we're going to run until at least May 17th, because we can't figure out how it works under current legislation. But fair play, they've figured it out somehow. But their legal team is paid far more than ours. Ours is Google, so but
I was going to say, we're paying for a legal team.
Oh, sorry, you weren't aware of that? Yeah, yes.
What have you done, Stu?
Well, we did have that legal team right at the start, didn't we? It was a free trial of a
oh yeah,
all those documents we needed to start a business. It was a beautiful thing.
Many documents.
Yeah.
I've found a lug that I'm not going to cut off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're screwed. I mean, cheers, Ed. Thank you for the offer. This is where Ed discloses that he's actually trained and qualified to the bar.
Yeah.
As one of his many skills.
Our first open day was the 23rd, wasn't it, of October?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're 2.5 years today.
Yeah. Happy anniversary, dear.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
What did you buy me? Why haven't you taken me out for a meal?
Well, I'd love to. Yeah.
But then, screw you.
Yeah.
The other way around. Why haven't I bought you flowers? This is getting very bizarre. Oh, bollocks, I've not glued something in place.
Yeah.
I do like G-Dub glue for that moment when you realise that bit should have been glued in.
Yeah. Yeah, so back to quickly to the G-Dub thing. I think I did see a message pop up about painting and stuff. Yeah, it's purely because it's an indoor event. And indoor events aren't something that can take place at the minute. That's what we couldn't grasp. But if they sorted it, fair play. But we won't be running anything until May 17th. Which, for us, it doesn't give us any headaches. We know that's the date that we can start doing that, so why would we bring it forward by 3 weeks? Just for it. But yeah, the Star Wars Legion, yeah, we can definitely give you a demo on Star Wars Legion, not a problem. Yeah, I'd imagine very early on, one of the gaming nights, it will be a case of there will be a table of Legion being played, probably bolt action. Probably it'd be interesting to see what's played initially, but yeah, obviously, yeah.
Just don't play clones because clones are cheesy.
Well, I don't know. I think to be fair, we know someone who plays them very well, and I think we've got to doff our cap on that one. He does play them well.
Oh yeah, he does play them very well, but then his second name is also Gorgonzola.
Yeah. Yeah.
The side order of Edam. I'm not bitter at all. I'm just very cheddar.
Yeah. You're a bit more Wensleydale. You're a bit more, I think you got more of a crumbly, creamy, that sort of. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know which direction are you going with this one.
I have no idea. at all.
I think Rich has gone all of Father Ted.
Yeah, but 12A, we are pushing the envelope. This has been said. Yeah. I think this is the thing. I get very relaxed in these situations because it's that professional business thing. It's just mates chatting, isn't it? It's like very chilled out, relaxed, having a few beers. Yeah. Remember, this is a business page, and be very professional. Ali, you can do the professionalism bit. I'll just sit here.
Strangers in the night. Kids, that's why you should not cut towards yourself.
Oh dear.
Until you've been building model kits for quite a few years, when you build up a resistance. Until you remember that you've got a new blade in.
You can see that. Thinking of upset the Facebook ban bots. Oh gosh, what's he done? Oh no. Moderation alerts. Let's have a look at moderation. Oh no. We do get notifications about people.
Oh yeah, it's quite hilarious.
I'm not seeing anything. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, this is one about you from January here, Rich. What did you say in January? Oh, it's content's expired. That's fine.
Oh, it's that same one from before that was just.
Right. Yeah, just to get clear.
What the hell are you on about, bot?
Yeah. Yeah, I think all seems good from our end. But yeah, you do have a. What is that next to your name? Oh, I got very confused because it was I clicked onto the video and then realised, oh, that is the old video. Let's
I rest my case.
I've just been building some Necron terrain pieces, just some barriers, but now I'm just having a bit of a chill out because the room is roasting. It's quite weird. I look out my window and straight across the road from me I've got a fellow wargamer who's sat in his room just painting away. Just manically paint. It's quite cool. But yeah. And Don, you are working on your. You can't even call it a teeny tiny tying, really, can you?
It's the teeny tighty.
No, not teeny tighty.
Teeny tiny, tremendously big Titan.
Yeah.
Oh, spiky bits.
What
time are you leaving the shop tomorrow? Shop closes at 6 tomorrow, Dave.
So you'll be leaving at 5:38, won't you? If UPS or anything to go by. Yeah. Yeah, close at 6 tomorrow. And then open 10 till 4 on Sunday.
Yeah, UPS can.
Yeah. So essentially, the reasoning for what Dom has just done, which may have looked chaotic, is yesterday we got a notification we were expecting our last week's GW order to turn up yesterday, and at 22 minutes to 6, the notification came through from UPS to say tried to deliver, but the business was closed, which obviously wasn't the case.
Which, oddly enough, we sent a copy to our account handler to say, "Look, this is what UPS said."
You just pull your mic. Look. You just pull your mic down because. Yep. There you go.
Yeah. So we sent a screenshot to our account handler to say, "Look, this is what UPS is saying."
Yeah.
And here is an invoice at 3 minutes later of a sale in the shop. Can you please take this up with UPS?
Yeah, I'm not doing a rear window. I'm actually doing a front window, and yeah, I do know the gamer across the street. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, Tom. Cheers for dropping in, and yeah, be good to see you when we can, mate.
I think this conversation has suddenly gone from 12A to 18.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't. Like I say, I was just referencing the fact it's just mates talking, isn't it? It's that thing of, yeah, that probably is a bit weird to say I'm looking out my window through someone else's window to look at what they're doing. Yeah. Well, I didn't know him years ago, and my wife noticed he was shaking.
Stu, just be careful where you go with this.
Yeah, he was shaking pots of paint in the window, and she was like, "What's going on?" Oh, and then I recognised who it was, and that was it. It's just paint. It's just painting. It's just painting. Yeah. Yeah.
I blame Dave. Since Dave joined the chat, it's really just degenerated.
Yeah. We often try to push it on someone else, that sort of thing, don't we? No.
I think I'm going to majorly regret cutting all these lugs off. I should have just gone for a Robocop War Master.
I think you should have done for your first one. For your second one, maybe gone lugless.
If it's going to go wrong, it might as well go wrong in the first instance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it goes wrong, I'll blame the badly designed model kit.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
They should have made the lugs that big that you couldn't cut them off.
Yeah.
It's odd you say that, Dave. We had two COVID marshals walk in who go, oh, we didn't know you were here. I'm a gamer too.
Yes.
Fortunately, we were squared away with it, and they were able to just let loose their inner gamer.
Yes, it's been interesting this week. I think because people have been on lockdown for so long and not been out of the house shopping, we've had a lot of new people drop in this week over the last 2 weeks. I think it is purely the fact of people just being out and about. Yeah.
It's the people who say, "Oh, I didn't know you were here."
Yeah. We're hoping he will become a customer. He said he'd be back because he didn't want to. He's an RPGer as well, so he didn't want to have a look at the section while his colleague was there because he was working, which I thought fair play.
Fair play to him, yeah. That was.
But I don't think by the looks of it, I don't think she'd have been bothered at all.
And then we got a very, very old school sales visit today, didn't we?
Yeah, I was just chatting about the be stocking Tamiya glues and stuff at some point, which will be good because I think they're the only people that bring them in the UK now, so it'd be good to have a good link with them. But yeah, proper old school sales call and face to face. It was obviously socially distanced and stuff, but it was. I used to come to the store years ago when it was Hewins. So he said it was cool to see the place and see how different it was. Yeah.
As soon as he walked in, I was immediately suspicious.
Yeah.
Somebody with a suit. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What we done wrong? We're compliant.
Yeah, we are compliant in every way, shape, or form. At that point, we did have a huge amount of cardboard boxes just stacked in a pile.
Yeah. That was the point where we had we finally finished unboxing the 14 boxes of G-Dub, the box from Bliss, and another couple of boxes of Vasmody, and there was also another 5 or 6 boxes of Vasmody sat there, and it just did look like a fire marshal's nightmare.
Yeah. The lugs strike back.
I don't think I'm going to get to the point where the lugs are going to strike back tonight. Which, to be honest, is probably something safer for the professionalism and the sake of the business. Because it's either going to work really well or it's going to be an absolute mare. Or both.
Or a Titanic disaster.
Yeah, but I'll just adaptise what I'm doing to make it look different. Fortunately, there's been a donation for something for the Titan to have its foot on.
You don't have to shell out for that, did you?
No. It would have been a bit of a beach if I had to.
Mm-hmm. We're here all night.
And that's when everyone goes.
Oh man, so much terrain for you to prime.
Yay!
That new widened nozzle will help though, I've thought.
Yeah, it has made a big difference. I think the other thing that makes a big difference is not sticking the plastic clippers into your fingers.
Does that affect your airbrushing?
It would have done if I'd have carried on clipping. Oh, it's nice to be back building and doing self/hobby store hobby stuff.
Well, you do have a love of Titans, don't you? So you are going to enjoy that.
Oh yeah, always. I will leave a Titan. Do 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 do.
This is just going to be muted at these points. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know, but I just couldn't resist that.
Yeah. Oh, Dave, we were just chatting about the Strad coffins earlier. We're chatting about it with Eddie. Was in the chat. Man alive, it's a beast of a set. It was far bigger than I was expecting. By Titan. What sort of Titan? Should a Titan? Yeah. I've got 5 boxes of Titanicus there. I've got the unbuilt Grandmaster box up there.
I think there's an undercurrent, Stu, in the community, in the feedback that we're getting, that is suggesting about a 28mm Warlord Titan would be quite good for the store. I don't know what gives it away, but there's just that thing.
Yeah. Well, we were chatting earlier with Johnny, weren't we? And we were talking about the super heavy event, and he's what's he got? A Reaver, hasn't he?
No,
No,
Warhand.
Warhand. Yeah. So we're saying that when we do the super heavy, you can bring the Warhound along to do some stomping.
Oh, and he's also got a Thunderhawk.
Yes.
I would love to get a Thunderhawk as well.
Yeah.
I would just love to go to Forge World and just go, I'll have that. Yeah, give us one of them. All of your Chaos Beasts. Yeah, just give us your 30k section.
Yeah, I can imagine running a pre-written campaign is far more enticing. But yeah, it's a well packaged set, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
I could see myself getting one just for the shelf, but then realising I don't have shelves big enough to actually put it on. You always have to create a space on the wall. So.
I knew it was something different, but like you're saying, Stu, I didn't realise just how big the damn thing is.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice to see more and more. Well, one of the things we want to do going forward is get more and more RPG stuff in, isn't it? And it's more and more stuff stuff like that as well. The real collector's type thing.
Have you mentioned the free RPG day?
No, not as yet. But we will be getting involved in the free RPG day. I think 18th of October? It's around mid-October.
Yeah, the 16th or 18th October.
Oh gosh, 16th. Yeah. I think Saturday the 16th. So that weekend we'll be doing some bits for the RPG day. There'll be some giveaways and that sort of thing. So that'd be cool. We wanted to do it last year, but we missed out because we didn't actually. I don't think we saw the email until late.
No.
So they send one well ahead of time, like they just have, and then one a few months before. But by the time it was a few months before, it had all gone.
It was gone.
Yeah, but more and more. More and more things we want to do. Certainly support RPG and do that. Certainly something I'd like to get a bit more involved in. That way, Chris on earlier, I've been. I think only done a couple of his Star Trek bits. But yeah, my lighting just went weird. Oh, that's why. If I turn my head too much, it gets too bright and it darkens the rest of the room. That's quite impressive.
I'm not saying anything.
It's fine. I'll say it myself. Yeah, but there'll be more. Oh, if you would want to run a session, Dave, that would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, it's. I think that's the thing we want to do more of. We want to do more really themed days. So RPG is great because it doesn't all have to be the same RPG. Some people have zero interest in D&D, which is cool. They like other systems, sort of futuristic, cyberpunk, that sort of thing. And cyberpunk's been an interesting one. It did quite well for us. It's one of those that I don't know. Its stock levels kept quite well, didn't it? It seemed like this area must have a real pawn shop for cyberpunk.
It just went mad.
Yeah.
One of the other things we'll be looking at is, rather than us running events, putting the events on, and everything else, is looking for community champions or community gaming champions with whatever sort of name we go with. And if somebody really, really keen on a game, we're more than happy to promote it and just say, yeah, we will give out 1, 2, 3 tables on such and such a date. We'll promote it on social media, through the manufacturer if we can do.
Yeah.
Especially somebody like Warlord Games, they are so keen to promote their systems, and we've got a very, very good relationship with them. So if there is stuff that anybody wants to run, let us know. We can get it booked in. We'll do everything we can to help out. If it's something that ends up as a regular thing, we'll set up the social media. We'll do all the grunt background work, and the community champion gets to introduce people to their most favourite game they play.
I think that's it. If you're passionate about a system, then it's better to come from you guys. I mean, it's like if it's bolt action all day long. Me and Dom,
yes.
we'll do that. But there's some systems like Ed just put Yugo forward. Some systems like that where it's not something I played a few games, but it's not something I'm ever going to be like hugely passionate about. So me demoing it or organising an event is just going to be very much a stock thing. So we get this from Konami, and this is the steps I'll go through. There might not be any sort of grandiose thing alongside that. Not because I don't want it to succeed, just because we all have things that we're really passionate about, don't we?
It's that passion for the game that makes a difference.
Yeah.
When somebody's demoing it.
Yeah. Baron's War Minis, they are pretty cool. Don got the first Kickstarter.
I might have a lot of them.
Yeah, so they are pretty cool. Is it one can we get them in through? We can now through Futsal, can't we?
Have to check.
Yeah.
But the good thing is we've got a really good relationship with the Andy Hobday and George Hasling.
Yeah.
Andy's the writer, George is the tester / writer. George, they've both been in the store before to demo Mortal Gods and Mortal Gods Mythics.
Oh, and some of those mythic, we've got the mythic models in now, and they are
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and we also get there's a nod to us in the rule book as well. We didn't know about.
It's at the store, otherwise I could have shown it. But we'll be getting them in definitely to run some more sessions. And Andy is a very, very passionate gamer. I'm sure we are sort of trying to get him as a drop-in guest in one of our Friday night chats.
Yeah, so he's going to drop in at some point with Steve Beckett. He's the artist for numerous futsal bits and bobs, so he's Grimsby based. So it'd be great to get him on the chat. Not Warlord, but as I say, I'm pretty sure we can get them through futsal.
Go on, sorry. I'm getting distracted looking for component parts.
No, I'm just saying that. It's the mythic stuff. I'll be honest, I saw the painted up models and I saw some of the bits and bobs, but until we saw them in store, because we've bought a set for store cabinets and things like that for down the line. I say that we just really like the models and we want to play Mythic at some point. So
yes,
not necessarily our personal collection, the store's collection. But yeah, they look really good.
Which we both own, so therefore it's our personal collection.
Our personal collection is not tax deductible, remember?
Oh yeah, it's not our personal collection.
Yeah, but yeah, they caught me by surprise how nice they were.
They're stunning. Well, it's Trish Morrison.
Yeah, so Trish Carden's been working on them as well.
Oh, I was getting a crossover of Ali Morrison and Trish Carden.
I thought it was Van Morrison and Trish Carden. No.
Look, names. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah.
Oh shoo-be-doo-be-doo.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm all right. I thought I'd stuck the bottom leg on back to front. But yeah, it's one of the best creature miniature designers going. It's what it's based on, Dave. It is very much inspired by the Harryhausen films, because it's got Jason's in there. Yeah. The Argonauts are in there, and with the War Games Atlantic or the one of the many associated skeleton manufacturers, you too can have that fight on top of the hill with these skeletons coming out the ground.
Yeah, well, I think the ones they sized up with was Atlantic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
War Games Atlantic, and some of I really like what Atlantic do. They've got a heck of a lot of good. It does seem random at times what they bring out, but but they've got some really good stuff.
They're doing it really weird because they're bringing all the miniatures out and then bringing the game out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the game they're developing is obviously ignoring all the Passion tribes and everything. Is a futuristic sci-fi war game, but they're bringing all the miniatures out first. This is either going far too well, or I've absolutely forgotten to build one part of the legs.
One thing, go on.
Gotcha. No, go on.
I was just going to say, one other thing we've got coming in, which we're quite excited about, is we've got Stargrave coming in from North Star. So we're in their Nick starter, as it's called. So we're getting some of the sets in with the rule books, but we're also getting the freebies that go with it as well. So that'll be one to look out for. I think they've just confirmed the final Nick starter level's been reached. So all the freebies are going to be coming, which is great. You know, they've opened it up to retailers as well, and it's coming on the back of Frostgrave. It's not just a clean swipe of this is Frostgrave in space, but they've mixed it up a bit, which is pretty cool.
And it's mini, although North Star do their own miniatures and everything. The actual game system is mini independent.
Oh yeah.
So you can just use, if you've got 40k, use 40k. Necromunda, use them. It's a very, very nice system.
But they do good box sets, don't they? I think.
Yeah.
It's like the Frostgrave box sets, around 18 quid or something like that, for often 20 models. I think the Wizard set is great. You can mix and match those ones as well, can't you?
Yeah, everything's interchangeable.
Yeah, which is great. So it's more and more of those sets that we'll probably get in at some point as well. So just thinking of what else we got coming in.
Oh, how long you got?
Yeah, so much.
Digimon is on pre-order. Digimon specific sleeves will be coming in soon. The final few Vallejo colours going in. Zendikar Commander decks. Keep your eyes on those over the next week. There is more Pokemon stock to go on, just because. Munchkin Harry Potter is coming up. Modern Horizons for Magic the Gathering. Curse of Strahd revamped. Battletech. We've got a lot more of Battletech to add to the store. Wow. Oh, yes. The Thingies Marvelous Miniatures.
Oh, yeah. We didn't. It's wave 14 of WizKids, isn't it? So we've got two of every model coming in from that wave. So that'll be cool. Historically, we've not bought them in because we had to buy them in sixes, which, as you can imagine, isn't ideal. But we get them in twos. Yeah, Battletech's one of those, Dave, that we've both looked at for some time, and now we can get in. Dom's currently building Teeny Tiny Titans. I have many there. So Battletech is essentially some teenier Tiny Titans, right?
One of my all-time favorite gaming experiences is on the Xbox. Yes, it'd been on the Xbox, and it was basically the BattleTech game on the Xbox. I was as you do, it was in a clan, and we were going into the attack, and all my night vision got shot out. so I couldn't really do much. So I was sat at the back and just watching this attack going in on the night time, just watching all the tracer going in and out and everything, and it was just amazing. So yeah, I might be having the store might be getting a set of BattleTech.
Yeah. It's one of those. There you go. Dave just saying, was it the Mech Warrior Online?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I love that system. Those were the days, my friend. I will leave the light on.
Yeah. And our Twitch, we got a message in Twitch saying, what brand has the best smelling sprues when you melt them? I need to melt a bunch and they all smell like burning plastic. Yeah, they all smell like burning plastic. Let's move on.
Who sent that message?
Kaisim Kreb.
I think the potential drawbacks you're going to get on that is because they're plastic. You normally do tend to find that when you burn plastic, it smells like burning plastic. What you could do, though, is get some Sarissa or TT Combat, build those, and then burn the leftover sprues from the Sarissa or TT Combat, and you find they'll smell like quite fragrant sandalwood.
But you can't. The thing is, because I've seen people melt them down to build structures like the gates for like Gaslands and things like that. But you
need to chemically melt them, not
yes
fire melt.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not averse to anybody melting stuff with fire.
Yeah. But yeah, just use if you do need to build something, just use plastic glue, because they'll just melt together chemically. Yeah, because sometimes it's like the sprue defenses. You can make some pretty good sprue defenses. Sprues work really well on plain terrain. So you can make.
But, what about sprue attack strip?
Hello, are you still there? Yeah.
There is sugar lumps. It was one of those videos that came up on the YouTube playlist randomly via YouTube's deciding to select that we want to watch it. You need to watch this video. And it was somebody who had melted down sprues to form terrain. But I cannot remember what it was they'd used. It wasn't fire, because obviously fire melts, burny smell. I cannot remember what it was that they'd used to melt the sprues, because they had built a load of terrain out of it.
Yeah.
It was some chemical composition.
I mean, it does look. I was going to say, if you've got some plain terrain, using leftover sprues and super gluing them, you can turn it into orc terrain quite easily. You know, these sort of rebarb bits just sticking out and that sort of thing. It looks all right. But Gaslands is the one where I've seen people using it for the gates that you have to go through. Works really well for that.
That's that's a game I wouldn't mind giving a go. That's a definite beer and pizza night game.
Yeah, well, I've definitely got the rules at work, and I'm sure I can steal some of Erin's Hot Wheels.
She'll probably be very happy that her Hot Wheels cars are being converted to have guns on them.
Yeah, she will not care in the slightest. Yeah. Although one of our suppliers does Hot Wheel cars. Just saying. And another supplier does mini guns that we can mount on them. Yeah.
But there's also a charity shop just around the corner that we can probably get them significantly better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's car boot time, innit?
Yeah, but we're not allowed to set light to car boots.
Chemically or with fire?
Both.
Alright.
Right, I think it's the end of another lug. Maybe that one wasn't the best of ideas. Because I was just thinking maybe just keeping one leg that's actually fully strengthened and supported.
Yeah.
So I just need to build the... How many parts is there to build the frigging waist? There's only 2.5 pages to build the waist. Right, this is now sprue B. Let's pretend we know which sprue is sprue B. This is the bit that sort of makes me go, ugh. All these little pieces that are all spread all across there. And there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Catch you later, Dave. Cheers for dropping, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Dave.
Oh, the detail on these kits is unreal. I might need to grab a top up in a minute.
Okay, nuts. Yeah, I've got 2 beers left. Last one's an 8%.
Who drank the other 92%?
Mm.
I blame Rich for that sound effect now.
Yeah, it's great that you're going to keep doing that.
Oh, Rich did start it. And you know me, I don't carry things on.
No. I can leave a light on.
I'm glad that you're finally embracing it.
I know, we're referencing things that you don't carry on.
No, not at all. Like sentences.
You actually finished that one though, that was the awkward part, wasn't it? I really want this to work well, but... Yeah.
I will leave a light on.
Best way to start with bolt action is definitely to buy one of the starter boxes. They tend to do 1,000 point starter boxes, and pick up the army book that goes along with it. Initially, you don't have to pick up the rule book, but for making lists and that sort of thing, the army book kind of supersedes everything else.
I think there's enough people locally who'll help out with the rules.
Oh yeah.
Run you through a game.
Yeah.
And orders dice.
Yeah, orders dice. It's one of those. Once you get around to playing it, you'll want the orders dice. I think the only thing you'll want it'll just be force composition with the army book. But yeah, if you want a demo of bolt action, you could probably do back-to-back demos of Legion followed by bolt action. We've got the forces to do it anyway. But yeah, it's as far as buying goes, yeah, it depends what route you go down. If you go down, for example, the Soviet route, I think the starter box The starter box for that is 72. But if you go down the let's say the US or the British Airborne, I think a starter box for them is 40 quid, isn't it? It's 1,000 points, but obviously less models because the nature of inexperienced soldiers as opposed to experienced or vets. But yeah, it's just pick your force. That's a good thing. There's loads of starter boxes out there now. There's many German.
What do you expect? I better not say anything just in case the Facebook ban kicks in.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you can't really reference it in this context. But no, but he hasn't got COVID. We are taking
very regularly.
We are taking tests to make sure that we don't have it. And if we need to meet up in store, we make sure that the night before or the morning of, we've both had a test.
It was more of an analogy to Stu suggesting Russians.
Yes.
There are enough Russian players. They just don't hang around anymore.
I think there's enough German players, but the thing is now, I think now there's more Soviet units out. It's like the parachute regiment are out, the NKVD squads are out through Warlord. So that is going to make a big difference. I mean, yeah, if you wanted to play Soviets, James, the box I really like that's just come out is the Winter Soviet box.
The winter stuff for all the ranges, the winter stuff is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And if you ever want to play in store, we have a fantastic Stalingrad board.
You just need to remember, Stu, that nobody can actually get to it.
Currently, we have plans for that, but we'll
yeah.
But
yeah, it's made by Luke from Geek Gaming.
Yeah, it was commissioned through that. It was Soviets have got far more variety. It used to be you'd see a lot of the same Soviet lists. I have a couple of units I like to run in the Soviet lists that Dom hates, like partisans. You know, they're inexperienced, but they die very quickly. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of them. But
they're your most effective unit.
Yeah, they're the most effective because they concentrate a lot of your fire, which means my units that can actually kill you.
Well, no, they don't know. Your super elite ninja engineers with body armor, SMGs, and 15 flamethrowers per 5-man unit don't actually do anything. Your partisan, who's an 80-year-old ex-Cossack who's just come out of retirement because he drunk too much vodka, just picked up a rifle, takes a shot and puts it straight down the barrel of a tank and blows the tank up.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it is weird how that works, isn't it? But then we all have units like that.
I particularly like Soviet artillery.
You think about Waffen SS. Yeah, there's a lot of really good metal minis for that. Because you got a fair bit of Waffen, haven't
you? Yes.
Yeah. Yes, there's a. Yeah.
And the good thing is you can use if you're not overly concerned about the fact that the Waffen SS uniform has slight variances compared to the HERE, you can use the HERE Panzergrenadier stuff because they've got the camo uniforms.
Yeah.
And to represent them as well.
There's a Grenadier starter box, isn't there?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a plus here. But yeah, starter boxes are definitely the way to go. I say you look at 1,000 points for 72 quid, and what I'd say is a good 1,000 points as well.
Yeah,
that's it's not just like they've chucked a load of pretty crap units and they've actually thought about it a bit. So that does make them better value. So you don't have to think about it too much when it comes to the table. Sweet spot for tournaments is 1250. So you probably want for Waffen, you probably want another squad. Probably squad and a half.
Yeah.
It's not because they're quite expensive. Or you look at different types of vehicles, perhaps transports. There's quite the Rubicon do a fair few transports as well. We've got some of those, and they're pretty nice. So they kind of bridge the gap between gaming piece and scale model. They're not at Tamiya scale model level, but they are. Although saying that, the new Tiger 2 that's come out, it's got all the internal details. Flipping amazing kit. A beast of a box as well. There's 2 different variants of it, and man, that is a really nice kit.
Very much looking forward to building that.
Yeah, it's Bolt Action's one of those you'll see a lot of love for in store. We've got Chris is going to run an event for us. He was due to run one just before initial lockdown hit. Then we've got the Bolt Action League, which we'll get up and running again. That's interesting one. But yeah, there'll be plenty of chances to play, even if you don't fancy taking part in the comps or anything. There will always be a game at Grim for someone who wants to play Bolt Action, because our forces are there sitting and we have lists for those points levels as well. So yeah, there we go. We'll play that today. Because I've got mine are in the cabinet at work, my Soviets, and sort of showcasing what Dom did on the 24-hour challenge with for Models for Heroes with Broadsword Wargaming. So they're still in there. But yeah, it's,
need to do another one of those, don't we?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to do something. And what do we do though? That's the thing.
I think just purely from the charitable side of things, if we did a 40k one,
yeah,
we might get more traction on that side of things.
Yeah.
But what was really cool was Ollie doing the Polish and chatting to him about his granddad.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a personal touch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because what's he saying is it's Oliver Fabian, but what's it, Fabianski, isn't it?
Yeah.
His family name. It was just cool to hear the story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How his granddad settled in the country after the war and everything, and they changed the name, but what he got up to in the war and everything else.
That's that thing of people don't realise locally that it's like in Whalesbury Woods, isn't it? You got the memorial, the Polish camp was there, and you got the bear and what have you. It's cool.
What would be nice is eventually we will get that chance to take a Bolt Action Toys over to Southern Ireland and have a game with Ollie.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We've been invited over to do that, and yeah, can't wait. He's got his store set up now, so he's sort of working on the European side, obviously, because Ireland. Yeah, so he's got all the Geek Gaming Scenics. He's doing War Games Atlantic as well, and putting out a fair bit of content on Twitch and YouTube as well.
Have you seen his latest one where he did the Curse City box in one go? Him and Kira.
Well done. Yeah, I've been watching it. I was watching. So every now and again, Kira was putting up sort of Facebook stories, and at points of the day she was just laid on the floor because her back had gone and stuff. It was cool to see them working, and they were so far into the day and they hadn't even done anything at that point. It was quite amusing, but it's good to see. It's good to see them sharing the hobby. I like it.
It's very. I miss his bat reps because they were very, very good quality bat reps.
Yeah, that is one of the things with him. It is high quality stuff. Yeah, it's good to see them putting out decent content.
I think he's going to be 1,000 100,000 subscribers easy is Ollie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It definitely puts the work in.
Absolutely. I think that's it. The editing side of stuff is actually more than the video, the time you spent shooting, isn't it? We saw that when he came over to us and we had that chat. The video was 16 minutes, and we were there for hours, just chatting and giving Luke beer, essentially.
I was going to say, I think most of that was just Luke drinking beer.
Ollie setting up cameras because he was driving and Luke was drinking beer. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. We should do it again. So what we'll do is we'll nip over to Wakefield at one point, see Luke, and then we'll nip over to Ireland and see Ollie and Kira. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and just go full on Soviet Germans versus Polish. Might be a bit controversial, but
yeah, wargaming is always controversial, right?
It's wargaming.
Yeah.
Right, so this is going to be the bit where once I've glued this body together, the swearing really is going to start, because it means I can no longer
I think you've cut too many lugs off the Mika. I don't think she's happy.
Where I just I cannot prevaricate anymore, and I have to glue those legs together.
It's not like the distractions I was having at work earlier, where there was all the G-Dub stuff to do. What other box can I open at this point to stop myself? Another nuking of the elephant.
Yeah, these. I say, if you're not a hardcore animal hunter, if you've not cooked a small baby elephant in a microwave. I've got away with it. South
Africans for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Have they got to make biltong somehow?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm safe.
I think you're about to get a glass of water poured over your head. That's
no, I'm fairly safe so far. I can just divert it away and say it was all your fault.
Yeah, but Marie can also watch this stream back if she wants to.
Yeah, she knows me too well. I'm going to have to mute the mic. Not that Marie's going to cause me hideous pain for saying she baked a baby elephant, but because the kettle's on.
Yeah, all right. Oh, that's better. I can hear again. Yeah, so as I was saying, James, plenty of love for Bolt Action, plenty of players as well. Yeah, I can think of double-digit players without even trying. Varying forces. Got a few Soviet. Myself, Simon. I think Tom's still got some Soviets. He's got, and other Tom's got Soviets. Got a few German players. Boxy he's got Commandos Force. Obviously, Dom's got Germans. Yeah, I think Andrew Short's got US. He's got US because he bought the US. But yeah, there's so many players for Bolt Action. But I think very much Bolt Action suits that sort of day event thing. Not necessarily a tournament, but just a day event. The best fun that me and Dom have had is doing the narrative stuff. That is always something that'll get me playing. Is if it's kept as a narrative event. I really appreciate those. They're really cool. Some of the theatre books for Bolt Action they have the so you got your army books, which is the one we're saying you should get to compose your list, but they also do theatre books. They have lists in them, but sometimes they're weighted one way or another, and that's just because the lists, just because of the period they were at. So if there was a battle of Kursk, for example, there may be a weighting one way or the other. You'll find that Bolt Action isn't necessarily a tank heavy game. I'm very reticent when I take a tank. It's a lot of points, but also it is an infantry game. I tend to take a T26A, which is a twin MMG'd sort of light tank. It's pretty nippy, but it pours out a load of shots. So it's pretty. Your chances of hitting are pretty good, and in bolt action, it's not always about the killing. It's about pinning people. So if you pin them, they have to take orders checks. If they're veterans, they roll a 10 or less, and they pass their test. But if they've got a pin, it drops it. So it's 9 or less, all the way down. Inexperienced, you start in 7 or less, and going down for every pin. So that's where you see the real. So even just stick. It's happened before in games with Dom where we've had his key unit. Obviously, he's running a fully veteran force, and I'm probably about 75% inexperienced. And just at this one moment, you've just put a pin on, just thrown some small arms fire onto a unit. But then at that point he's got to make the roll, and if you fail that roll, there's nothing you can do about it. That unit just goes down. Yes, it's harder to hit for the turn, but it's also not doing anything for a turn. And if you've got a Waffen-SS squad, assault rifles less than 30 inches, well, less than 15 inches away, so they're close range at that point, so they're not getting the long range modifier. They are a beast. They will take out my Soviet squad pretty much in one foul swoop, because you're hitting. Your modifiers for hit. If you stood still, so you hit on a 3 if you stood still. If he's got any modifiers, he's not over half range at that point, so he's not got that modifier. Chances are I'll be in cover, which is often a light cover, so that takes it up to a 4. So he's rolling all those extra shots. So he's got a 10-man squad, sort of 20 shots, looking for 4s, gets a good amount. Inexperienced units down a 3, regular 4, veterans, which he is 5. So the chance of him rolling 3s, that's pretty good. 66% chance he's going to kill something. If he rolls any 6s, he gets to re-roll those. And any 6s he rolls again, he can then take out key members of my squad. So if I've got, for example, a LMG in the squad, he can say, right, that is dead. He can take out my NCO. If you lose an NCO, that's a -1 when you're looking to hit, when you're shooting. The Germans have a rule where they have basically such good training that can be passed on. I think it's if you roll a 2 up. I think now if you roll a 2 up, they can just pass that to another member of squad. So for me, if I've got the chance to use a kill of a 6 and a 6, so to choose which unit, I tend not to go for his NCO, because I might as well go for an assault rifle, something that gives the extra shots. His NCO's likely to get passed across, isn't it? So sort of what, 83%, 84% chance of it just passing across. So it's not worth it. I might as well guarantee that I'm going to just do some damage to that squad, because I know at that point I've already got a kill. I've already got a pin on. If you pass your orders test as well, you drop a pin as well. If you roll double 1, so that's seen as insane heroism, you get to roll a d6 and you remove d6, 1 pin plus d6. So often you can just clear them out, which is great. Only had it a couple of times, but it can be the difference. Very much be the difference between a unit just being viable. A Soviet unit, an experienced Soviet unit with 2 pins on it, is pretty much out the game. So you often spend a turn rallying the troops. So that is, you put rally on the dice. You don't have to make a roll for that. So it's, you're just looking at removing d6 pins. You could do that quite easily. But you may have removed pins, but also that unit hasn't done anything. inexperienced squads with Soviets. They tend to be quite big, so you get a free squad with Soviets, 12-man squad, so 12 shots with rifles. So although the chance of hitting are low, they are pumping out a lot of shots, so you do increase your chances. So yeah, like I was about to, amount of shots seems to work well in bolt action. Transports are pretty key. I tend to pretty often run a Bren carrier, so Lend-Lease vehicle, so universal carrier. So I run that and put a 5-man engineer squad in it. So it has a LMG on the front, I believe it is, or you can have an anti-tank rifle. Anti-tank rifle is standard, I believe it is, and LMG for 10 points, and then the back you can have another machine gun for another additional 10 points. But transports are great, but yeah.
Especially if you leave them too close to the enemy.
Oh, it's amazing. If only Chris was still in the chat. The thing is, I know I have to be so careful when I play Chris now, because there is going to be a point where I'm going to get caught out on that. But
he will get his own back.
yeah. But it's definitely the game I think it'll be the first game I put on the tabletop once we get that. Yeah.
Right, this is where the swearing may start.
Yeah.
I can't put it off any longer.
Maybe you mute yourself as you're cutting stuff, and I'll carry on talking about my love for bolt action.
I don't think I'm going to be able to, because it's the gluing stage.
Yeah.
And it's going to be that point where I think I've got it just about right, and then it all falls off.
Yeah.
I think I can glue those in, but leave the ball joints clear. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those dump the plastic glue into the fitting after the event. Oh. You go in there? No, you can't. Oh, I was right. You don't.
Was it upside down?
I was just having one of those doubtful moments.
If you need to chat, now it's a good environment.
Oh, I will leave the ball joint in. Do 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 do. It is good to see, though, that James has chosen the force that.
You have to be careful with this one, don't you?
Yeah, it's that bizarre thing of we're talking about a tabletop game of toy soldiers, but also I'm being very careful in what I say, so nobody ends up reporting us to Facebook and getting us banned for being neo-Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I definitely, my reason for picking Soviets, because I found them, I don't know, from everything I've been taught historically in school and that, I don't even think they were referenced in World War II when I was doing my studies, wasn't it? Wasn't it just Britain against Germany, and then the Americans appeared at some point? But if you look at what the Soviet action was in World War II, it's insane the amount. It's like the whole French thing of just giving up. You look at the French resistance and the underground movements in France. It's insane to the war effort. Yeah, but it doesn't get mentioned because it's not. It's modern day propaganda, I guess.
I really like the World War II in colour series.
Mm.
However, there was another one that was on. I can't remember the title of it because it's burned out in my brain and never to be watched again. But it was similar sort of thing. I think it was something like World War II in HD colour,
All
or
right.
something like that. And yeah, apparently World War II started in 1942.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
At that point, poor Marie was had to listen to a whole barrage of, and it was so blatant. It was just unreal.
Yeah. But that's how blinkered we can often be about history, isn't it? I mean, we'll let's be honest. In 50 years' time, we'll look back at 2020, and there'll be a catalogue of things that people are blamed for.
Oh, of course, you've got to be able to blame somebody.
But those who were there will be able to say, well, actually, it's like some of the stories that came out of Burma. My granddad served in Burma, and my mum always tells me this. He wasn't a fan of Churchill. Not all soldiers were fans of Churchill, and not all Brits at the time were fans of Churchill. But he wasn't a fan, and he said when he came back and saw the reporting of what had happened in Burma, he just said it just wasn't like that, And you think I can get why it was. I can get why things were reported in a way they were, because it was all part of the war effort, wasn't it? It didn't matter what was going on the ground. What mattered was what the people at home were told, and what they heard, and what they perceived to be happening. That was the important thing at the time.
That's part of the problem now, that there's far too much random reporting.
Yeah. That is true, Rich. In 50 years, people will still be using the bulk toilet paper. You're not wrong. Yeah.
I can still remember that back in March 2020, driving home from work quite late, because obviously everything at work had just gone absolutely poop shit crazy.
This is previous job.
Yeah, this is a previous job to Grimdice.
Yeah.
And going into Iceland on you're at the park, Iceland, and walking in there, and just there was nothing there, and going, okay, so people have been listening to the advice not to panic buy.
Yeah. But as soon as you say that, panic.
Yeah. It was like Corporal Jones from Dad's Army. Don't panic.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's
in a bit of a similar way to I'm feeling about this gluing this leg together.
Yeah. Yeah. What a weird year we've had.
It has been a very, very weird year. Oh, now if I can get it to stand still. That's literally the end of my statement. If I can get it to stand still.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you are completing sentences tonight. Yeah. I think the sleepover that's happening downstairs are actually asleep.
Until you go down there.
Yeah, well, actually, I've been told the best idea is for me to sleep in my bed, but I'm also very hungry, so I might have to have a late night snack after all this beer.
Whatever you do, don't turn on your noisy microwave.
I will be turning on the microwave. Yeah. Could sneak down and get some crisps and bring them back up.
Dun 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 dun.
Nothing that's stealthy. Actually, I could go down with the headset still on because the signal is good enough for it to reach up here. But you may hear my wife swearing as I wake her up.
Oh, Bri will be fine about it. She'll see the funny side straight away.
Yes, she won't. I mean, yes, she won't. She won't. Yes. Yeah.
We do have a genital separation clause in the business agreement, don't we?
Do we?
In the event of. If not, considering how both of us are, we may need to have that included.
Yeah. Just looking at this I was thinking about building this T26. But now I need to think about which variant I'm going to build. So one of the Rubicon kits for the Soviets, you can build 10 variants of the T26.
It's looking really good, but it's right, so I've got it in the position I want it in.
I'm looking at this T26 thinking, I should build another T26A, shouldn't I? Another twin MMG'd model.
Nah, you got one already, Stu.
I know I have. I need to get the Stuart actually. That seems to be the gamey piece. Although not really gamey. Yeah, I think it's pretty much going to be. It'll either be a T34 or a T26 that I field. That's pretty much it. And the T34, well, T34-85 is only ever fielded if I can't be bothered to sort out enough models. So you go from 70 points for the T26 up to 235 for the T34-85 at regular. I think the only time I've ever used it is A, when I first got it, because you do that, and B, when finding the other 12, well, for an extra 160 points, you're looking at another 24 inexperienced Soviets. Yeah, to fill that points cost. That's effort, isn't it? I should build my Shadow Spear box. Maybe not. I'm at that point where I want to build something, but also realise that it's not the earliest to be building something. Are you just holding it in place currently? You've gone silent, which tells me there's a concentration going on right there.
Stage one's done.
Yeah.
So then I've just glued the knee joints and everything. The original position's just changed. Oh, no, not original position. My original position. No, not my original position. Titan's position that I wanted it in.
Yeah.
That was getting far too complicated. I've just made it stand up more purely because I don't want to run into that problem with the leg armor.
Yeah.
If you look into the distance, there's a house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse. You see, do. Sheepy-doo-doo-doo. I'll leave the light on.
This is exactly why we get so many viewers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just they turn up for the singing and stay for the banter.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I mean, I'm just surprised that the man himself hasn't just joined in the channel.
Yeah. Who's that?
The man himself.
All right. I don't know who that is.
You're asking me. So I think if you say his name out too loud, then he just appears in a mirror.
All right.
So, yeah, Tom Walker.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh. Let's just jump back in again.
Yeah.
He wishes he was the man himself.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, but Ed, would you leave your light on or would you switch the light off? And would you be daft enough to cut off perfectly formed lugs on a Titan's legs?
Oh, Ed said he never left. He just didn't comment anymore.
Well, that's just not Ed. I think Megan's taken over Ed's Facebook account.
I hope not. Not after that last comment. Oh.
Right, where's the leg armor? What component part? Oh, for Phil's sake, why do you do the leg armor in two pieces? Nobody noticed I was annoyed then.
They do it in two pieces so that when people start cutting lugs off, they still fit on.
Yeah, but nobody's stupid enough to cut the lugs off. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, I found a letter on a sprue.
Is it just like in the corner of a sprue?
No, it's right in the middle.
All right.
The bit I'm quite amused about is I actually haven't found. Well, be fair to G-Dub. Where are the weapons? Where's the weapons? There's so many more pages to do. Yeah, no, that one's quite correct. It's just there's not any other letters that I found. Shit, I got sidetracked again. Right, C. No, that's D. B. Is it B?
I've no idea. You're the one building them.
Yeah, that's B.
That's B. I've got B here.
So that's A. So therefore, this one must be C.
Have you got D?
Yes, and hopefully they give you the letters C and D. So once you've worked out which is part A, then you know which one's part B.
Yeah.
However, is C4 even on this?
C4's just here on my spray. Just there. Just a little part of the turret. Just there.
Oh, if only part C4 was next to part C3.
It is. Just there. Bet you can't guess what's next to that, can you?
Yeah, but you're looking at a Rubicon script.
Is that? You never played Sprue Bingo before? It's a lot of fun. Guarantee you're winning if you got a Rubicon sprue.
Do you know why they build clips in this format, Stu?
No. Oh, right. Oh, Rich said she was playing Sprue Bingo. I said, yeah.
Rich was playing.
No,
she was playing.
Stu playing Sprue Bingo because we were doing the numbers and I was finding them first. Yeah.
How much beer have you had, Stu?
You not seen Rich's comment about playing Sprue Bingo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was just more fun hearing you say or try and say Stu.
Sprue.
Stu.
Sprue.
Stu. However, I've got one leg glued into a position that I am happy with.
I feel fairly happy with my state of inebriation. I'm not the one cutting lugs off.
Oh, that moment's way gone by. It's not a recoverable moment now. I am locked into this pattern now.
Does Marie know she missed a bit at the top of the cabinet behind you?
Have you seen that film, Stu?
Final Destination.
No. The Year of Living Dangerously.
All right.
Yeah. I will tell her tomorrow from you.
Yeah, looks good. Done a good job.
Oh, she fair dues, done a really good job on it.
But did you run out of paint?
I didn't.
The handles and the hinges look really good.
Mm. I am contractually obliged not to say anything further.
Although
What's the point?
I've got half painted stuff over there, so it's, I can't really talk.
More to the point, though, I'm just staring at all this trim on these armour plates and going, what have I done? Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-boo-boo. Oh, you. This is one of those statements you don't hear very often on a live stream. Where's the fluffing toe gone?
This is why you don't cut off lugs.
Should probably get my hands on one of those Titans. What is that box over there? Huh?
I knew it was going too well.
Maybe it's time just to put the snips down and the glue down and reassess in the morning.
No.
I made all that effort. You made all that effort crawling on the floor. You're gonna finish these bloody legs.
Yeah. Once the legs are done, it's going to be fairly straightforward to sort out.
Yeah.
As long as I get the legs balanced, then just trying to get the toaster glue. Again, not a statement that's heard very often on Facebook live streams.
No. I feel like there should be some sort of Twitch notification thing pop up every time you mention toe gluing. Because apparently that's the thing. I don't know how Twitch works. Just it is a thing. I need to go forward because my camera doesn't like it when I sit too far back.
Oh, will you just stick him? Again, if I ever say this will be a good idea, just please stop me.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can do that.
I'm still not convinced I've got these toes right. Stop the fuck crying out loud.
And to hear more of these expletives, please pop into Grim Dice tomorrow from 0900 through to 1800.
In all fairness, I did say for crying out loud.
Yeah. I just thought it was a selling point to get people in the store. That's all. The lug struck back.
Which way round does the crotch gun go? Again, statements you don't often hear on a live stream. For fucking hell's sake. Right, it's 5 to midnight, isn't it? I'm fairly safe.
Yeah, you carry on. I'm just pouring beer and listening to you. I don't know. I don't know what's happening over there.
I'm glad one of us does.
No, I said I don't know what's happening over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
Is that a job for tomorrow?
Oh, it's one of those that now I've started, I need to get it done before the glue sets. I think Rich is right in his comment with the lug stroke back.
Mm.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just for some reason the glue's not taken on these ones. It's not taken on the two bits I really need it to take on. Take on me when you are sound. I'll be your plastic glue. I will secure you.
Maybe for those which you need superglue and superglue activator. Just bish bash boss. A couple of bits of the MDF actually were quite annoying. I thought, do you know what? Superglue's the way forward here. I'd never tried the superglue activator, and I was like, oh, it's stuck. Oh, it's done. Yeah. Does exactly what it says on the bottle.
Yes, it's. I don't think I'm going to be assembling metal models out it again now.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, the notes on the side. How to add superglue to the two components you want to glue. Hold the components firmly together. Spray once over the joint for instant bonding. And 4, enjoy the time you've saved. They're not wrong, to be fair. Yeah, it's one of those with products like that, isn't it? You get them into the store, and until you actually use them, go flipping out. That is useful. Yeah, it's like brush soap for you. I remember that.
Yeah,
that revelation of brush soap.
It was always one of those things where that yeah. Then thought, oh, give it a go. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's making a difference.
Mm. I sort of think about what I'm going to play in the Blood Bowl League.
Blood Bowl?
Yeah, the Blood Bowl League that Andrew was referencing earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play Blood Bowl. Yeah. Oh, shit. No, that's really not a good idea. Shit.
I thought it was a pretty good idea. I think Blood Bowl being played in the Blood Bowl League is sensible. I see there's a sort of a chaos team and a necromantic team in the cabinet. They look pretty much ready to go. Oh, I've got the Snotling team that Chris said he'd lend me as well.
So basically, you're going to be playing 3 teams.
It's me. I'll happily play games of Blood Bowl. Now actually, I've not looked at the new rules, but I'm assuming there's not masses of changes. Yeah, I've still not opened my box of Blood Bowl either. Where's that? Up there. This is a problem, innit? It's a real problem I've got. Yeah. They sound crispy.
I'm more annoyed at the moment the Titan's leg look like freaking Forrest Gump. The moral of the story, kids, don't cut off the lugs.
Indeed. A sensible suggestion.
think I can get away with it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, as we've rocked over into the following day, I think we'll call it there.
Yeah.
But thanks to everyone who has joined us this evening. It's much appreciated. And we will definitely be back on next week. Got a week off. But yeah, thanks for everyone that's joined us, and we will see you on the next one. Good night, folks.